now has come. It has begun. Our world is bound and bleak, with burdens of the burgeoning weak. Those who lack will break our back, those who strive will ever thrive. Let us cleave the chains and free ourselves, lift our spirits and crush our quells, move the bowels of the shackled gene pool, flush its guts of rotting stool, that of the faltering, that of the fool. We will bring about a new mankind, one refined, one divine, to smite the future of realized blunder, with godly will and righteous thunder. To science we shall pray, on the path of goodness we will stay. Mother's dictum to clean our messes holds ever true in times of stresses. Hose away what clogs our pores, the huddled masses that breach our shores. Now has come, it has begun. Will the lowly wicked, weak and weary, make us fear a future dreary, invade our dreamings, pervade our gleamings, or will we stronger stamp them out, and a golden age will come about, if we encase the weak in iron maidens, that they may anguish like dying ravens. Those who lack will break our back, if we who strive do not survive. Let us explore the realm of eugenics and expose the fate of the world without it. Imagine a world, a perfect world, a world where evolution and discovery were accelerated. Every person alive would be thinner, look better, move like an Olympian, think like us, think like us. A world where we, the strong, solve problems with unorthodox methods. The hammer of truth. A philosophy advocating artificial improvement of the human genome. We will usher in a golden era of human existence and wallow in the splendor of superiority. The hammer of truth, a fascinating field of science. We can anticipate the horrible quality of life for the majority of all people. We are the enduring culprit of many problems, a danger to our own species and all others, and the problem grows worse every moment. Become seriously alarmed. Take drastic action. Every 10 seconds 42 arrive, and only 16 depart. The Encyclopedia Britannica defines overpopulation as a detriment to God's plan. Starve the poor, for he has only a single penny. Sterilize the repugnant fool, for he thinks only of the petty. Listen not to the deaf, for he hears no sound. Drop the weak, for he lifts only a single pound. We have exceeded Earth's capacity to support our kind. And what do? We blither in political gridlock, and writhe in the mindless fanfare of the zeitgeist. According to the Worldwide Fund for Nature, we might as well jack off with Mercury. Few will dispute the hammer of truth. We bound ever closer to human extinction, drown the environment, spiral our pitiful carcasses toward total abasement, the constraining muck of a shitty pointless life. The hammer of truth will rain a shitstorm of destruction upon your feeble, candy ass. Our services include inadequate fresh water, depletion of natural resources, deforestation and loss of ecosystems, changes in atmospheric composition and consequent global warming, high infant mortality rate, starvation, malnutrition, low life expectancy, unhygienic living conditions, lack of electricity and running water, lack of proper waste disposal, high crime rates, poor or no medical care, low employment rates, and poor education, just to name a few. Don't you see? You are hurting yourselves. So please reduce your numbers by dying in a big grease fire. The hammer of truth. Childbirth is messy and strenuous. Machinery is immaculate and without error. The answer is obvious. To every human on Earth, please reproduce only once, and then be sterilized, be sterilized, be sterile. The hammer of truth will make you sterile. Victory begins with vasectomy. Liberation begins with lobotomy. And hopelessness begins at home. We can extinguish the threat, or it can extinguish us. Society must be squelched. we must forcefully shatter the mandate of zeitgeist. Let us cleave the mold of narrow-mindedness with the chisel of empowerment and the hammer of truth. Unless you want to flounder in devolution, awaiting your ultimate demise. Arbeit, mocked, Übermenschen. Don't you want a better world to live in? Join us. Trade in the feather of doubt for the hammer of truth. This power to be God, to have control, to pass through the labia of the global masses. Strike down the weak with your newfound hammer. Penetrate their supple flesh with the rusty nails of reason. Embrace the mind. Negate the soul. Man is evil when there are no consequences. These rules are for your own good. Your home is the safest place for you. The casualties of this holy war have been small. Machiavelli spoke the truth, however the ends and the means are inseparable. Let us continue to move forward in our quest. On any journey, there are stragglers. Poor fools with no reason. They are not necessary to our success. We are necessary to their success. If they fail to realize and show that they want to be enemies, then enemies they will be. Break the back of any resistance. Drive it into the ground, where it belongs. The drunken politics of sympathy have long kept us from our goals, and now we must say, enough. The winds are rustling the trees, banging our shutters. Bolts of lightning come out of the clear blue sky. Everyone is silent, like the air before snow falls. They never knew they could actually die. The sun and moon explode, and the only luminescence in the world comes from the eyes of the Almighty. Can you see the four horses? Their footsteps are warnings, warnings of things to come. And the music plays. You obey, to die. The volume, the power. The power of the fist of God, raised in fury. His tears of rage fall like oceans on the wicked, and they drown like the rats that they are. And those who will presume themselves their own gods feel the lash of the whip of penitence.